my guess. I live here.
He lives here.
So he's my friend from Los Angeles. I said, oh, you have to do the boat tour, see everything at once.
Yeah.
So it was a very smart choice to do this. You see every great thing in New York, and then you can decide if you want to go and visit on the ground, and you can go up to the Empire State Building or walk over the Brooklyn Bridge. You can do all that as well.
Yeah, we've already been on the Empire State. We went yesterday, last night.
Perfect.
I didn't expect for it to be so cold and windy.
Oh yeah, it's really windy. Sure, it's high up. And even today, it's even windier up there.
Yeah.
It's windy now here.
23rd Street,
Yeah.
the Golden Spire
I go
Metropolitan
back.
Building. Golden Pyramid, beautiful. 26th Street, Park Avenue. These 4 apartment towers right on the waterfront, known as Waterside Apartments. Behind the last 2 old square building is Bellevue Hospital. Empire State Building coming up in the background will be 34th Street. Gentlemen that asked about 34th Street, are we going to see 34th Street? Yes, we are, coming up in just a moment. Folks, if you look to your right, you'll see a little river or a waterway that separates Brooklyn from Queens, Newtown Creek. End of Brooklyn, beginning of Queens, where you see the pile of construction. And the tall buildings ahead of us, Long Island City, Queens on your right. Two white barges on the waterfront. Restaurant, Water Club Restaurant, big gray building, NYU Medical Center, and Tisch Hospital. Helicopters taking off. This would be roughly 34th Street coming up. We have new construction every year. We come back every summer and we have new buildings going up. This would be 34th Street in a moment. You can look right down 34th Street, Empire State Building in the background. This is a new office building going up. Looks like a boomerang. That's what we're calling it. But if anybody knows the address, you're welcome to tell me. Brand new, under construction here. This would be 34th Street. We're going to head up and see the Chrysler Building and the United Nations. All these buildings on your right hand side, all new in the last 4 to 5 years. Every one of those buildings new. Development over there, Long Island City, Queens. You see a Pepsi Cola sign over there that's lit up at night. Coming up on a neighborhood here on your left called Tudor City, these old-fashioned Tudor style apartments. Chrysler Building, beautiful silver arches, example of Art Deco architecture. It's 42nd and Lexington. Chrysler Building opened in 1930, 1 year before the Empire State Building. In just a moment, we're going to be looking right at the United Nations on your left. "42nd Street comes right down to the waterfront here on your left. This is the UN. There's a white satellite dish. Behind it, tall building with lots of windows, offices of the United Nations, Secretariat Building. To the left of the satellite dish is the cafeteria, small building over the highway. To the right of the satellite dish over the highway is the conference building. The General Assembly Hall sits right behind it. Great photo now with the Chrysler Building in the background, United Nations here on your left, General Assembly Hall and the Chrysler Building in the background. On your right is Roosevelt Island, runs right up the middle of the river. This is a park on the side of Roosevelt Island named Four Freedoms Park after President Roosevelt's famous speech, The Four Freedoms. And you're going to see a very old structure, just the outer shell of an old hospital that dates back to the late 1800s. It was a smallpox hospital where they would quarantine disease patients. On your left, the Ivory Tower with the little square windows is the tallest apartment building in the Western Hemisphere, 432 Park Avenue. And on the waterfront here, some of the most expensive waterfront rentals and property. This is the Upper East Side neighborhood of Beekman Place. And coming up, you'll see a lot of trees over the highway and some bushes going over the highway. This would be a neighborhood known as Sutton Place, S-U-T-T-O-N. Also a very exclusive area along the waterfront here. Actress Marilyn Monroe lived in this neighborhood right behind these trees here years ago. We're going to be sailing into the Queensboro Bridge, 59th Street Bridge. You might recognize from the original Spider-Man movie. Crosses from 59th Street. On your left goes over Roosevelt Island to Queens. We also have a cable car, the Roosevelt Island Tramway. You'll see the towers on either side that support the cables, and sometimes we'll see the bright red tramway going overhead, Roosevelt Island Tramway. Folks, look to your right. It's just pulling out of the station there on your right, Roosevelt Island cable car. Now, mostly residential over here on Roosevelt Island. There's a bridge on the other side to Queens you could drive over. Coming up on your left, we have some construction going on here. This is what we call Hospital Row. All hospitals up and down the east side here. Some of the most important and famous hospitals on the East Coast. This is a construction crane that these tugboats have been in the last couple of days. I'm not sure if they're moving a construction crane or what they're doing, but there's some kind of construction. We're going to be going very slowly. Behind these cranes, this is all Rockefeller University Hospital. All these buildings behind a stone wall. They're doing some restoration work. Famous hospital for research, infectious diseases, and teaching hospital, Rockefeller University. Behind it, we find Sloan Kettering Cancer Hospital and New York Hospital right ahead of us, built part of it over the highway. building here, hospital for special surgery. A lot of athletes, famous athletes, have gone there for sports medicine and surgery. Marks the end of Hospital Road. We're in the 60s now, approaching the 70s on the east side. This dark gray apartment tower with a circular window is called the Promenade. Actor singer Cher has owned an apartment in that tower for years. Next to it, that's a private school with a playground on the rooftop, American flag there, called the Town School, built in an old townhouse. Private school there, playground on the top. John Jay Public Park. This is a recreation center and there's an outdoor swimming pool coming up on your left behind the trees. I see some young people. Neighborhood recreation center and swimming pool. We're in the 70s now on the east side. FDR Drive continuing on your left. Beautiful old apartments up here, landscaped garden apartments. You'll see bushes and trees. Penthouse apartments up here, very nice. This white apartment building with the white balconies, this is a playground for a private school next to it. Built right over the highway there. It's a private school for girls. Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis sent her daughter Caroline Kennedy to that school. And then we have Carl Schurz Park, this whole area with the trees. On your right, the end of Roosevelt Island, little lighthouse there marks the northern tip of the island, and Queens in the distance on your right. A lot of people up there in the park enjoying this beautiful weather. In the late 1800s, you would have seen big houses up on the hilltop here. One mansion, one house still remains, Gracie Mansion. You'll see it in a moment on your left. The official residence of the mayor's office in New York City. You can see an American flag and a white tent just behind it to the left. Yellow house, white Chippendale style railings, green shutters. 14-room mansion built in 1799 by Archibald Gracie. Our mayor, Bill de Blasio, and his family live in the mansion. It's really beautiful inside, reminiscent of the White House. Very ornate, very beautiful inside. Gracie Mansion. This is also a public park, Gracie Mansion Park. Ocean water flooding in from underneath these two bridges. The first bridge is the Triborough Bridge. Connects three boroughs, Manhattan, the Bronx, and Queens, also named Robert Kennedy Bridge. Behind it, the bridge with the arch is a railroad bridge. If you go under those bridges, about 10 minutes out, you'd find Rikers Island and Long Island Sound. There's an airplane in the background taking off from LaGuardia Airport, which is to the right of those bridges, about a mile in. Staying close to Manhattan here, we're in the 90s now on the east side. New construction here is a sanitation pier for New York Sanitation Department, and this neighborhood coming up is called Yorkville. old German district from years ago. James Cagney lived in this neighborhood, Yorkville. This would be 96th Street on your left, Metropolitan Hospital. This next bridge is a footbridge, pedestrian bridge. The center of it lifts up like an elevator for tall ships. Ward's Island footbridge. Once we sail underneath it, the East River will become the Harlem River. FDR Drive on your left becomes Harlem River Drive, the beginning of Harlem now. East side of Harlem, Spanish Harlem on your left. Ward's Island on your